On the big night of the decider, the big boys of Indian cricket stood up and said, "We got this." The result? A come-from-behind victory for India, sealing the series 2-1. For the third time in a row in this series, Aaron Finch called it right at the toss. But not for the third time. Here in Bangalore, a ground famous for chasing, he decided to bat first, making one change. Kane Richardson out, Josh Hazlewood in. Virat Kohli said he was happy to chase, and why would he not be? This is the M. Chinnaswamy, India going in unchanged. Batting first, Australia needed a huge score on the board, which meant they had to get off to a good start. But just like the second ODI, Shami got David Warner early. And just like the second ODI in Rajkot, this time, Steve Smith and Aaron Finch seemed like stitching together yet another partnership, only for a comedy of errors to find Finch and Smith right at the same end, and by the time Finch returned, he was run out. But such is the composure of Steve Smith that, unperturbed with whatever had happened on the previous ball, the very next ball he creamed through covers for a boundary. At the other end with him was Steve Smith 2.0, Manas Labuschagne, and the two caught at it again, stitching together yet another partnership, this time of 126 runs, never allowing any bowler to settle. It needed a very special moment in the game to break this partnership, and that came in Ravindra Jadeja's over when Virat Kohli leapt to his right and took an absolute blinder. Then the Australians sent Mitchell Starc in as a pinch hitter. He could only survive 3 balls and he was gone too, but Steve Smith was holding the mantle of run scoring firm, and with him was Alex Carey. Smith notched his century, his first in ODI since January 2017 and in over 20 innings. But losing wickets at the other end, courtesy sensational Shami, who yorked the entire Australian tail, Australia could only manage 286 runs on the board. Runs on the board in a final are crucial. Runs on the board in the final when you're one batsman short can get really tough, which India were because Shikhar Dhawan injured his shoulder while fielding and could not come into bat. But someone who had batted at number 3, number 5, now came out to open. KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma seemed unperturbed with whatever was happening because they kept scoring runs, and while KL Rahul couldn't continue further, you could see that Rohit Sharma was out there to prove a point, and prove a point he did. Notched 9,000 ODI runs, becoming the third fastest to that milestone, and also scored yet another ODI century against Australia. At the other end was the man who owns the M. Chinnaswamy, Virat Kohli. And while Rohit Sharma was gone after his century, in a chase, Virat Kohli rarely gets out when his team needs him. And this time around, it was going to be no different. He stood his ground, put India in cruise mode alongside Shreyas Iyer, and by the time he was out, he had scored 5,000 ODI runs as captain and also amassed 7,000 runs batting second in ODIs, only becoming the second batsman to do so after Sachin Tendulkar. India sealing the series 2-1. So the scores are finally settled, the trophy finally secured, and smiles restored all over. Now to the New Zealand for newer adventures, newer games, and newer stories.